Hello and welcome to another set of turns of Dominion 6. I'm the False God. We are playing Paren in the slowest blitz. We're jumping in on turn 78. We are at war with Ulm. Looking down, doesn't look like I lost any more turns, which is great. We found a Sky Split Oak. That's fun. We got 15 Death Gems from Raven's Feasting. We did put up Well of Misery. That's nice. We took control of the Swamp of Solitude. Our forces met no resistance. This is where the barbarians were, so the barbarians actually left. And we just got to walk in and take it. Alright, we have Ulm coming out here with one air gem. This is everybody just got one gem, no gear. This is just a gem burn party, and well, I guess these are just, and they do successfully gem burn, and we don't have anybody who is able to get to the back quick enough to stop the gem burn, so that's not great. We actually have Man, played by Kijin, who attacks into, this is a province we had taken from Ulm, but then got taken by barbarians, and he decided that he thought this was an opportunity to take it. The wolves are all going to run off, but I think, yeah, the arrow fire is going to ultimately deal with these barbs. And then we attacked back, because it's ours, just with this this Wraith Lord, who probably would have lost the barbs in retrospect. Although, with invulnerability, I take that back. 32 protection versus Mundane, he's totally fine. Skeletons. And then he's going to go try and do all this stuff. With no magic here, except this one chick. I don't think that we're super likely to run into a problem. Yeah, he's pretty much damn immune. And he's just busy gaining health from the Soul Vortex. And so he's going to kill all these archers. I don't know, this may have just helped Kidson. He may just not want this stuff on the payroll anymore. But happy enough. He then, he did lodge a complaint that this really was sort of his province, that Ulm had taken, and that it was going back and forth, and I was kind of stealing it. But one, it has way too many gems for me to listen. And two, when we go back and look at it, right, so Ulm takes it, and then that's it, right? Ulm takes it. It gets taken by Man for like 3 turns, and then Ulm takes it back, and then I take it from Ulm, and then we're at present day. So I don't believe his claim. In Halbarathia, we're gonna go ahead and attack Ulm and try and deal with this Tartarian. I think this is another banishment party. Yep. He's been sent to prison. Everybody gets sent to prison. We unfortunately lose a Sorgina to an assassination. There's an Ashen Angel that comes for our Ice Devil, who is holding the Tartarian chains, and has a winged helmet that he took off of somebody else that I forgot to re-hand out. So we're quite fortunate that he won. I don't know why there are retreat details. There's a scout retreated. Not sure what that's about. We get a terrain change in Jotunheim. It turns into a forest. Although that doesn't help us produce acrobelts, because they can, of course, only be recruited in unforted forests. But that is sort of what it is. Okay. Our army is marching down. This army is going to march to Swamp of Solitude. We need to try and take this, although we're not this turn. This guy... All of these guys are moving to Nirn. Or, no. 2 of them are moving to Nirn, 2 of them are moving to Borwoods. That's probably fine. This guy's going to march south. He'll eventually probably get over here to maybe deal with some of this stuff. I think I took this and there was the back and forth with Man, and then this happened, and Man was like, all right, fine, you can have this, but it'll be war if you take this province. It's kind of like, okay, that's fine, whatever you say. And this is a while ago. I think that's what happened, but I could be misremembering. But we're gonna ping this again, and I know we missed the last ping, which is unfortunate. So we'll see it when we roll the next turn. I won't try and describe it from memory, but there is a significant amount of stuff in there, and when we look at it, I'll describe my concerns. So okay, let's go to turn 79. So I think this is like turn 9 of the war, give or take. So we're making pretty good progress. All right. Our global got dispelled, which is pretty unfortunate. Not happy about that. And I think that it was, yeah, a different. This is Vanna Roos put up Well of Misery. That bastard. Auspex misses. Yeah, we put up a Dome of Arcane Warding. Let's see what we got. I am going to attack into 1 PD. Take that. This is one of his forts where we sent a couple of dudes. Try and knock on any fort PD. It's just 1. We'll take that. And this is the ping into Ulm. Okay, so we can see they've got Wailing Wind, Storm, and the Missing Tune all up at the start of battle. They have a lot of cubes, which are size 6. I don't remember. They do have the ability to enlarge those cubes, which is really bad for our Demon Knights. I mean, it is bad. It's worse in these sort of confined spaces. Where the number of pairs are more at parity. There's a lot of Adepts of the Silver Order, a lot of mages, right? Like a crap ton of mages. More tarts, Necromancer. So this is some scary stuff. There's not that much here from a troop perspective. My fear is essentially the Dawnfang, another artifact. My fear is that without the ability to get through the wall, our whole army is just going to clog up here and then just get absolutely brutalized by like gifts from heaven and other miscellaneous crap. Wondrous Box of Monsters, the Scepter of Dark Regency, like Ulm's got some cool stuff. But I'm worried our army just sits here and then just gets brutalized by this Mage Corps. And the Mage Corps is, these guys are a little bit tankier, right? They've got 11 HP. He's got a Dwarven Hammer. And I expect that he would put up all kinds of the resistances and such. I think there's an argument that I should be gem burning them every turn because he just doesn't have that much territory, so he can't have a lot of gem income. Although my thought was that that may not work because a lot of people are probably willing, if Ulm had asked Naba or Vanna Roos, or maybe Man, and said, hey, I'm getting gem burned every turn by Peren, and I can kill their whole army if it attacks, as long as I still have gems, I could imagine that they might fund him. But some miscellaneous events, mostly good. Ulm is breached. And I think this is the turn where, oh no, not quite. Everything but Ulm has 1 unsieged province left. So we're gonna go ahead and take that. We're gonna march onto Swamp of Solitude. We're gonna keep Ulm in check, and I'm gonna put pressure. So again, like I'm not afraid of this army in the open. I'm concerned about what the wall will do. And there are probably other ways we could go about dealing with this. But what I decide is that the other wars that people are fighting don't look like they've necessarily wrapped up, so I'm not too worried about getting stabbed, and I have a little bit of time. I'm gonna cast a bunch of demonic locusts. Plague of locusts, yeah. And we're gonna start to look to dom kill Olm. Now, I don't expect us to actually dom kill Olm. I just want to put him in check or in threat of being dom killed, at which point he is forced to ride out and we can kill his army in the open. So that is something that I'm up to, right? Especially as we reduce these other forts, right? We're gonna put another 2 thrones worth of pressure, right? It's like a 4 throne swap, right? Because he'll go down 2, we'll go up 2. We could potentially build some temples. We could do some preaching. Man's Dominion is actually over here. Oh no, that's still Ulm. Take it back. That's Kidzin's. I thought some of these. Yeah, this is Zan's Dominion over here, and is actually no Dominion on his own throne. So I think that his Dominion is definitely in some rough shape, and the locusts chew through candles. So we're gonna try that. I think it's kind of neat to put him under some pressure. Do another vampire, some more auspexes, another vampire, more crusades. I think I've been neglecting research. I'm gonna research Tartarian Gate so that we can make tarts. I also researched Gaia's Blessing because basically any of our acrobelts, either with gear and gems or in a Sabbath, can cast it, and it just gives all our resistances, and it's just an easy way to reduce the number of mages we have to expose, and makes it a nice national path instead of having to worry about having like our demonic royalty and such do it. And so that's kind of neat. I think there's a good argument that I didn't need to do this because I do have access to all the resistances anyway. And that rather than sort of shoring up a capability I already have, I should have gone for something new. I think that's not unreasonable. I don't think I'm not in a position to put up any of the big globals because I think that I will get whacked by all my neighbors. I think if I put up, Gift of Nature's Bounty or Nexus, people will be coming after me. I don't really have a lot of undead that are good for like Lichcraft. We're getting the Tartarians. This is again kind of a fun thing. I don't know that it's like really our best sort of course of action, but it's neat. What are some other 9s we could consider? I mean, we could even consider Evo 8. Evo 8 would give us like Pillar of Fire and Chain Lightning. Again, our problem is that the spellcasting AI sucks. I have no idea if it'll cast these spells or not. So right now for me, anything that I can't script is kind of pointless. Flames from the Sky is always nice. What else? Like Flame Storm and Lightning Field are cool. But again, I don't know if they're actually... We definitely won't be casting them off script, which I suppose is fine. I think we looked at enchantment. Yeah, I looked at enchantment. Earthshatter Army is okay. Demonic Cleansing actually has a funny interaction, I believe, with Storm Demons and Relief. It makes them regenerate more fatigue, and so they will fire lightning forever, which is pretty neat. In Thaum, let's see, Master Enslave, but it's tough for us to cast. I think that I am not in this game doing a good job of setting up Sabbaths and setting up Masters of Thame for to bring other people into the Sabbath. I think that we could be doing more to have that online. We could use like Acrobelts as the Sabbath Slaves because they're pretty tough. They regenerate a lot of HP. You could put a lot of Masters on them and not have to worry as much about the solo casters. On the other hand, the solo casters are more reliable. They just cost more. So different options, but it would help us put together additional armies back at home a little bit more easily. Legion's Demise is insane. Tough for us to cast, but quite insane. This game that was pre-nerf as well. or we could get another blood one. I could consider Tempest. I don't think that Demon Lord is I don't think that the rest of these are really worth it. I think Tempest would be the next one. So that's kind of what we're doing from that perspective. But let's go ahead and go to 80. If it'll go. Turn 80. Let's see what we got. Plague of Locusts, like obviously like we said. Auspex, found a Thunder Oak, more Locusts. We have a battle. This was Ulm's last province that was not under siege or my control. And it has 1 PD, so it's going to be under mine. Ulm is going to ride out here, and I still have not addressed my fundamental problems. This guy is going to do something pretty neat. He's going to cast Meteor Shower, which could deal... Obviously, he's going to gem bait me again, but Meteor Shower could potentially get me pretty good. You can see that it's some Curtis with and it takes us forever to actually finish him off. We're moving slow, and I have nothing attached to the back line. So that could have been really bad. In reality, he got sniped immediately by, I think, a Soul Slay. Killed off one of, I don't remember if it killed the main guy or it killed off one of the batteries, and he started to cast it but never cast it, and I just killed him for nothing. I mean, he gem baited me, but our Griffin gets attacked by commoners. Disease is spreading. We patrolled out a monster boar. We didn't quite one turn pop Swamp of Solitude, so we're gonna have to wait another turn on that one. Here we can see this is our Necromancer province. So once we take this, we can start recruiting the Necromancers and begin to summon up our tarts that we are going to finish researching. So we're actually going to finish Tartarian Gate before we have the Necromancers, but that's okay because the Necromancers, I think, have Corpse Stitcher 2. Yeah, so they could potentially actually fix more than one Tartarian a turn. And we're going to be limited very quickly, not by the number of Necromancers, we can get more than one, but by our number of Death 7 or Death 8, whatever insane thing it is to cast Tartarian Gate. Yeah, Death 7. So we'll be limited by the number of Tartarian Chassis and Death Gems more than we will be by the number of Necromancers. So it's totally fine to start casting them even if we don't have the Necromancers. They will come, not like they cost upkeep. We're doing more casts of Locusts. You can see this one is now free of enemy Dominion. This one's down to 4, down to 3, free of enemy Dominion, down to 5. So we are Operation Dom Kill is underway. Curse of Blood. Yeah, Locust. We're transmuting fire to try and get some gold to do stuff. Yeah, more Plague of Locusts, more Infernal Crusades. And so yeah, we're busy messing around with that. Other things that I think we could be doing a lot better is either spending or trading our water gems. We have quite a lot. We're coming up with a good plan. I think at some point I'm going to decide to put up the Water Elemental Assassin spell, Vengeful Water, and it'll turn out that spell sucks in Dominion 6, but I did not know that at the time. Gosh, we're losing Dominion over here. We don't have this one, we don't have this one, we don't have this one. There's so much Dominion pressure this game. But that's okay. What else? Yeah, I think that's pretty much where we're at for this turn. We're gonna keep. So we're gonna one more turn of sieging down. the Swamp of Solitude, and then we should be able to storm the turn after. There's also a Hydromancer here, and the Academy of High Magics, which makes the Archwizard of Deeper Earth, or the Lesser Wizards of Earth. So this province has 5 recruitable mages in it, in addition to producing 3, 7, 10, 12 gems. So, quite a nice province, although it has no money, but what are you going to do? Okay. It is turn 80. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Have a great day.